I just want to address something that I feel like a lot of people know about but just don't speak on it. And that is where I think I'm gonna just start this off by first putting a trigger warning on here. Abuse, sexual assault gonna be talked about just in case. I'm not gonna be going into details about anything like that, but it is going to be touched on a little bit regarding this video. It's going to trigger you. I don't want to be the reason. So click off. But anyway, unfortunately, I still do work at this particular warehouse that I'm talking about in this video. I was ashamed of actually creating the video because of the simple fact that I work in a warehouse. Kind of scared too because I still work there. I don't want anything to like come back on me, if that makes sense. But I'm just gonna give y'all a backstory of what has been going on. That way when we get up to the point that I'm at and why I feel the way I feel, you won't be confused. This is not the first warehouse that I've worked at. I've worked at previous warehouses before. This particular warehouse, I was being stared at as soon as I walked in. Like orientation, I was being stared at. I was approached by someone when I started training that had nothing to do with my area. Like they were in a whole completely different area. I had somebody training me already. So, but that person was like, if you need help, let me know, I'm here, So at the time, I did not think anything of it, but that person continued to approach me, try to talk to me, try to have conversation. And I guess that's fine. You're trying to get to know who this new person is, who this new girl is. But the first question he asked was if I was married. So anyway, we would conversate or whatever. Again, I'm not thinking anything of it, Told him I had a family, told him I had a child, boyfriend, da-da-da. He told me, what was going on in his, what he had, kids, whatever, baby mamas, whatever. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I kind of felt what it was already trying to be anyway, but you try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I really have a bad habit of doing that sometimes because some people don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Take them for what they are. I noticed that he would also conversate with this other person that worked at the warehouse as well, in the same manner. So fast forward to maybe like 2 months of me being there, and I don't know how it came about, but it ended up coming out that this guy was pretty much every female that comes into the warehouse. He does this thing where he'll try to be friendly with them, try to talk himself up like he's this savior person, single father kind of person. So basically just wanting somebody to be like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for you. Like, kind of like that. So the other person that I noticed he would conversate with ended up coming to me and was like, yeah, he, asked me to even come to his house and work out, in his garage and blah, blah, blah. Like all the tricks that you can think of, he's tried them with me. And some of the stuff that she said was some of the same things he said to me. So I'm like, wow. So after that, I definitely like had my guard up, and it confirmed what I had already been feeling and thinking. Okay, so I kind of just backed off, and he would still try to speak to me and stuff. And I still spoke back, but I'm not even at that point no more. At this point, I don't even speak to him, don't even look his way. I try not to look his way. So yeah, one day he finally was like, why you always looking so mean and all this stuff. Well, in my head, I'm like, okay, I purposefully look mean now because I don't want to look too friendly, because you take it and run with it. If you speak to him, he'll think, oh, that's an invitation for me to keep coming up to you, keep trying to make conversations and ease my way in. That's not what this is. So we're going to fast forward for the sake of this video to we had got another new girl, and I really went back and forth with myself about whether I should tell her the kind of person that he is or just let her figure it out. I kind of wish somebody would have told me, so I would have already been up on game. So this was a younger girl, so I wanted to tell her because this person is older, okay? And I actually am going to insert a video because I still have it, because it was like that day when the girl told me that he had already tried to approach her, tried to talk to her. I got very emotional, I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm gonna insert that video right now. So I don't know if I'm going to post this now or wait, because, honey, the internet is a powerful thing. Okay, so I just want to speak on it because it is very common and it's sickening. Okay, so where I work, and I've experienced this at other warehouse jobs that I've been to briefly, that I've worked at briefly. The men, when it comes to women working in warehouses, they're like dogs. Okay, it is sick. And it's not all men, so I'm not trying to say this that every man is like this, but it's a lot. Okay, the continuation, the persistent, the trying to still conversate with you every day, knowing that you have a boyfriend, knowing that you have a whole entire family. I don't think y'all understand how sick that is. Okay, let me just pop in here really quick. I know in the video, some of y'all might be thinking, oh my goodness, she's so dramatic. She got mad about the fact that somebody was staring at her. The reason I was really upset is I was looking at the bigger picture, because it's like, okay, it started off this small at work. Like I said, I've been followed to my car before, so it very well could have escalated. So that's why I got upset, because a lot of men take it further than that with women, and you know, it ends up tragic sometimes. So that's what made me so upset. That's what made me so uncomfortable, because I already overthink. And actually, it's not even overthinking. It just made me more uncomfortable because of the what if. You know, the fact that this person was okay with just watching me all the time like that. What if they choose to go further? I was not expecting to get emotional, but anyway. So, you know, it made me feel uncomfortable to the point where I was ready to quit. I'm not in a position to do that right now. So I'm just like, okay, just stick it out, do what you got to do, and it's going to be fine, right? Okay, so it's been fine, you know. I said I just have to start being mean again. And just, you know, just being mean, okay? So it has calmed down with me. However, we are getting a bunch of new people, and a few of them have been girls. One of them works pretty close to me, and I took it upon myself to let her know ahead of time that, you know, how these men are. And she said, oh, and there was one specific person that I was talking about, and she said he's already tried to talk to me. She is 19, and the guy that we were referring to is 32. Do you not know how sick that is? To continuously, and she looks her age, she looks young, you know, I look young. And so to continue on to try to prey on somebody like that is absolutely sickening. And it pisses me off, because it's like, I really want to go to somebody so bad. And he's not the only guy, you know. This other person that I work with told me that some other dude, I feel like this video is all over the place, but anyway, some other dude that's old enough to be my dang granddaddy called himself trying to walk up on me and walk all extra close to me. And then when I turned around, he tried to play it off. I didn't know that until after she told me. But it's so many creepy, weird, predatory men and perverts, and nobody talks about it. Everybody is, the way everybody reacts to it is, oh, that's how it is in warehouses. It's just like, well, oh well, you know, you just have to get used to it. And no, it's not okay. It's not, well, that's just how it is. No, it should not be like that. That is sick. And these men, and I want to go to HR, but it's like, okay, what are you supposed to tell them? Hey, they haven't done anything. They haven't, you know, did anything sexually to me, but I just feel uncomfortable. What? Because they're not going to do nothing, because it's like nothing has actually happened to you. But if you are going into a workplace and you automatically feel uncomfortable, in my opinion, the situation needs to be addressed. Like, they need to speak to the men, and like, I just feel like women, when it comes to working in warehouses, are not protected. I don't care all that HR and stuff like that, but I just, at the end of the day, I don't feel like we're protected. the reason I really wanted to make this video is because she's so young. Several men have commented on her appearance sexually, talking about how thick she is and blah, blah, blah. It's very upsetting. It really is. That's really what I have to say about it. And I know that I'm not the only one. I guarantee you most women, if not all, have experienced some type of person trying to, talk to them when they don't want to be talked to. And then it's sad because it doesn't just happen in warehouses. It happens everywhere. Grocery stores, everywhere. It's like women are not safe anywhere, and it makes me mad that it's like you have to be sexually assaulted, or even then, you're not guaranteed to be protected. You're not guaranteed, that person is not guaranteed to have any consequences. And it's sick to me. It's sick. It's sick, and I'm disgusted. So I just wanted to come on here, since obviously I'm feeling the raw emotions right now. I just wanted to come on here and say that, because something needs to be done about this. Like, something needs to be done, because I'm tired of it. I kept that video for a long time because I really was thinking about posting it, because I was fed up. Like, I was tired of it. So after that, the girl ended up leaving, but I found out from a coworker that all the guys were like plotting on this girl. And apparently all of them do that to all of the women that come into the warehouse, I guess, to see who can get the person first. I don't know, but some days I'm able to ignore him and go on about my day. And some days it gets so bad. Like, we both work in different areas. However, he does have to pass my area sometimes to get what he needs to get. But there have been times where I know that he's watching me. Other people see him watching me, and I've also seen him watch other girls, like just staring at them while they're doing their work. So I finally got to the point where I was like, I can't take this. Like, I was gonna try to go to HR anyway, but I didn't want it to be no blowback on me. And then I thought I was gonna quit the job, so I really didn't care. So things ended up changing to where I ended up having to stay at this job. So I was like, I cannot keep working like this. Like, can you imagine, or if you've gone through this as a woman, man, whoever, can you imagine trying to do your job and somebody literally coming by, watching you, walking directly past you, sometimes trying to conversate with other people just to look and stare at you? Like, it's really weird. It's really uncomfortable. So February 24th is when I talked to HR about the situation. And we have a man and a woman in HR. I wanted to speak with the woman, but she was not there. And y'all don't understand how much courage it took for me to even do that, because for the longest, I stated it in that clip too that I just showed y'all. I stated that I was scared to talk to HR because it's like, what do you tell them? Somebody keeps staring at me, somebody keep, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like they would take it serious. So I finally broke down and talked to HR, and I immediately regretted it. After the conversation, I regretted it, because the first thing that he said was, well, I'm not trying to be dismissive, but anytime somebody is like, I'm not trying to, but 9 times out of 10, they're doing exactly what they said they're not trying to do. So he put it as it could be coincidental. So it could be coincidental that he's constantly passing my work area. He was like, that's just like me parking by somebody every day for a week straight and me not thinking anything of it, but then the other person being uncomfortable by it. He was like, he may not think that he's doing anything wrong. And I'm sorry, but he is well aware of what he's doing. Sitting there driving back and forth when you know you don't need to get anything out of that area, you're not even doing anything, you're just listening to me talk to people, staring at me as I'm talking to people, listening to my conversations. I've literally had people come up to me and be like, he was staring at you the whole time. When you went to go get that, he was staring at you, watching you go get it and take it back to your station. Like, did you know that? Like, so it's not an accident. It's not oh, I don't know what I'm doing. He's well aware. And this person that I'm talking about is very buddy with all management. So that's another reason I was nervous to say anything. HR ended up saying that, he was going to talk to him. He was going to talk to a few other people. and if it keeps going on, to let him know. Well, I don't think he ever talked to anybody, and if he did, they probably laughed about the situation and just kept going on about their day. It's still happening, it's still going on. So at this point, I don't even know what to do. I just want, like, I would like to take matters into my own hands, but I would no longer have a job if I did that. The whole reason in me making this video is to say that I'm tired. I'm so tired of warehouses and the things that females have to go through. Women, I mean, men go through it too, but I feel like females are like the main people that go through this. The predators, the perverted, you know. And for me to even get the courage to go to HR and then for them to not even say anything, it makes me understand why people who are sexually abused or just abused in general don't speak up, because it's like they want you to wait until something physically happens for them to be able to step in. In some cases, unfortunately, the person has to end up dead before they even try to do something and try to get the person. And it's very frustrating, and it makes me very emotional sometimes, because you feel helpless. And I don't understand why HR is HR if I can't even come to you in confidence about an issue. So I just really try to think of ways of things to do for women to, like, have somebody to talk to that's not HR, that can be like an advocate for them. And y'all see what's going on in the world, even outside of work. Women are getting followed around in grocery stores, getting kidnapped, you know, being harassed, getting shot, beat up just for telling a man that they're not even interested. So it's not just me, because I thought it was like, maybe I'm overthinking it, because I do overthink things. But no, I'm not. Because I know I'm not overthinking it, because other people at my job notice it. And they know that he's done it to other people. So it is very, very, very upsetting. And if you are somebody that has gone through something like this, I'm truly, truly sorry. You know, I'm very thankful that it hasn't gone too far, but even the extent that it has gotten is just not comfortable. The biggest reason why I quit jobs is because management. I don't like the job itself, and in this situation, I'm uncomfortable. I did not this warehouse job was not my first option, but unfortunately the job market is just like, people say they're hiring and then they don't call back. So like, this was a last resort kind of thing. And I have still been actively looking for jobs, but jobs have fell through. So as a parent, as a mom, as an adult in general, I can't just up and be like, I'm finna quit. I want to every single day, trust me, I do, but I just cannot. I don't have the means to be able to. And the fact that I'm just gonna have to keep dealing with this, knowing that nobody is gonna speak up for me, is so irritating. Like, I'm trying to think of other solutions of what I can do, and it's not a lot of options. Like, it's not a lot, at least the ones that are gonna keep me out of jail. So I hate it. I hate it. And I'm glad that I finally got the courage to even create this video. I don't know what I'm gonna put, when I'm gonna be putting it out, but it just had to be said, because I know I'm not the only person going through this. I just know I'm not. So I hate that this had to be this type of video, but anyway, it needed to be said.